Hi guys! No, don't blink so hard. We have indeed made a few changes around here, and they're gonna be amazing. Trust me on this one. I'm Caitlin, your new girl on the 9XC block, and you've tuned in to another spanking new episode of 9XC.com, the show.
I'm hot, you're not, I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar. 9XC.
Ex-lovers Aditya and Shraddha keep their distance during a chance encounter. Priyanka loses out on her dream home, but Parineeti gets hers. Let's kick off the new leg of our show with news about Bollywood's Young and Restless. So a few episodes ago, 9XC.com, the show, told you that Aditya Roy Kapoor and Shraddha Kapoor were on the verge of a split. Now, we've learned that the estranged couple actually came face to face, and when they did, they were completely taken by surprise. The scene of the crime was the Bhatt's Vishesh Films office in suburban Mumbai. The man behind this chance encounter was director Mohit Suri. And why did he get the two of them together in the same room? Nope, it was not to discuss their relationship, but he had an extremely professional reason. Mohit held a private screening of his soon-to-be-released Hamari Adhuri Kahani and wanted Aditya and Shraddha's opinion on the Vidya Balan film. But when the two saw each other in the tiny viewing room, there was no hiding. They had to put aside their differences and sit through the movie. A source told 9XC.com it was a small room where the screening was held in the office. The discomfort between Shraddha and Aditya was visible. They met very cordially and kept a distance from each other. Neither staged a walkout because they are extremely close to Mohit and it would have hurt him. What might have made it all that more uncomfortable for Aditya and Shraddha was the presence of the much in-love couple Siddharth Malhotra and Alia Bhatt. Siddharth and Alia were also invited to watch Hamari Adhuri Kahani. Alia is Mohit's cousin and Siddharth has worked with him in the hit Ek Villain. So he wanted their opinion on his next film. When 9XC.com got in touch with Mohit, he confirmed the news by saying, I had invited them over to watch Hamari Adhuri Kahani and give me a frank feedback on the film. I also had Shraddha and Aditya watch it. Shraddha and Adi are friends and Alia is my cousin. Their opinion matters a lot to me. They represent the youth, and they had some very good feedback to offer, which I am considering for the film and its promo, which will be out this month. But we're just wondering how this scene might have played out. So there's the couple Siddharth and Alia sitting close to each other watching the film, and then there's Aditya and Shraddha who kept their distance. All this while watching a film about relationships. Bet there was more drama off the screen than on. Will Shraddha and Aditya have a happy ending to their Adhuri Kahani? We hope so. But sadly, Priyanka Chopra's wish of living in a sea-facing home might still remain unfulfilled. At least so it seems as of now. Priyanka's property issues have always been in the news, be it the space she rented out to a spa or her many dream homes. Now 9XC.com has learned that she has bought another spacious property. Does this mean she is moving out of her home in Raj Classic that she has lived in for almost 12 years? Or will she use this place only as an office? Our 9XC reporter has news from the scene.
I am standing outside Raj Classic in Versova, a posh locality of the Mumbai suburb Andheri. ये प्रियंका चोपड़ा का वो घर है जहां वो अपने फैमिली के साथ रह रही है, लेकिन हाल ही में उन्होंने नई प्रॉपर्टी भी खरीदी है, तो हमें लगा शायद प्रियंका को अपना फेवरेट सी फेसिंग घर मिल गया होगा, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। प्रियंका चोपड़ा ने नई प्रॉपर्टी सिर्फ इसलिए खरीदी बिकॉज दिस हाउस रिमाइंडेड हर ऑफ अ फादर. Obviously, daddy's little girl is still trying to cope up from her father's demise. Where is the new locality? Let's take a look. I am here at Juhu, जहाँ प्रियंका ने अपनी नई प्रॉपर्टी देखी है. हमें पता चला है that Priyanka is still deciding on how she wishes to use this space as a new home or as an office. प्रियंका के मुकाबले उनकी कजिन परिणीति काफी लकी निकली, जिन्हें बड़ी आसानी से सी फेसिंग अपार्टमेंट मिल गया. Yes, looks like the Chopra sisters are looking to change things up. And like Priyanka, Parineeti too has moved out from her house in 7 bungalows to Quantum Park near Union Park, Bandra. Ishaqzade actress has bought a 4,000 square feet flat with 4-bedroom house on one of the top floors of the 14-storied building with spacious balconies facing the sea, providing a panoramic view of the locality. Her family is likely to move in with her too. अपनी बहन प्रियंका की तरह परिणीति भी चेंज चाहती है. वो कहीं ना कहीं ये जरूर चाहती है कि नए घर के साथ साथ उनके करियर की भी नई शुरुआत हो. What 9XT really wants to know is, are these two Chopra sisters sharing some decor tips? This is me, Ratika, signing off. Bye.
While the Chopra cousins are moving on, director Ram Gopal Varma seems to be stuck in a funk, one that he's created all on his own. RGV stopped making good films a while ago, but what's kept him in the news are his rants on Twitter. Every morning, the Twitterverse wakes up to his shocking tweets. My tweets have always been controversial, ever since I came to Twitter 7 years ago, and I always made controversial films since my debut film 25 years back. In effect, my tweets are part of my personality, and they will continue to be. Just to give you guys an idea of how whacked out his tweets are, most recently RGV refused to accept any wishes on his birthday, and he even called it his death day. His death day? I am dead since long, and for the sins I committed, I don't think I will ever be reincarnated. So don't waste time by wishing me many returns. My so-called happy birthday is being made a very unhappy birthday by inundating it with fake and reasonless love. RGV has also hated on the much-loved sport of cricket. I hate cricket because I love my country, and cricket makes my countrymen most non-productive because they stop working and start watching. I request the other countries' teams to defeat Indian team again and again till it stops playing and Indians stop watching and start working. Even had an FIR filed against him for his tweets on Lord Ganesha. Can someone explain how someone can cut off a child's head who was just trying to protect his mother's modesty? I'm sure devotees know better. Does Lord Ganesha eat much more than other gods? My doubt is because all the other gods are either trim or muscular. And now he has taken on the legendary Amitabh Bachchan. Not taken on as much as praised him a little too much. He has equated him to God and has gone to the extent of calling him better than the Lord above. My belief is that Bachchan is God and he created Ganpati, Balaji, Shirdi, etc. And if not so, he should explain why they favor him the most. Personally, I never waited in a queue for God's darshan, but hundreds of times I waited in queues for darshan of Bachchan and also got hit by lathis. So for no understandable reason, if Bachchan seems to be controlling the gods, is he God himself? And is it he who controls Ganpati and Sai Baba? Now, we don't know if Big B is flattered, but there surely seems to be something off about RGV. We really could not figure out what is up with him. So we called in the experts to analyze the mind behind the tweets.
If I shock, लोग मेरे प्रति ध्यान देंगे. ऐसा भी कुछ लोगों का बर्ताव हो सकता है. I shock you that you pay attention to me. और obnoxious बात कहने में बहुत लोगों को बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है.
Sometimes these things can also be a dangerous sign of someone going through an emotional difficulty, and my suggestion or advice to friends of such people would be to just reach out to them.
I feel when you are reading tweets like these, people are generally disturbed at times. The state of mind can be different. Some may be depressed, some may be, too anxious, depending on whatever the person is feeling, and then he is expressing it out.
RGV recently has not seen much success in his career, so could these tweets stem from insecurity?
So when a person does not get the success that he is expecting to get, of course there is disappointment, and when a person is disappointed and is freely talking his mind out, a person may say things which to the reader may look that, oh my God, is this person going through some kind of a depression, or is he upset, or is he, is there some kind of a mood disorder which is going on?
किसी की ग्रोथ या किसी के सक्सेस पर कुछ भी कहना, ये अंदर की भावनाओं को व्यक्त करती है, जहाँ ऐसे लोगों को लगता है कि मैं यदि इतना सक्सेसफुल नहीं हूँ तो इसका कारण क्या है.
While this is what the experts had to say, we also thought it would help if we spoke to those within the film fraternity. Maybe they could also shine some light on the enigma that is RGV. But when our 9XC.com reporter spoke to Anurag Kashyap, who has worked closely with Ramu, he himself had no real answer on how to deal with RGV.
What did he say? When did he say that? I don't know what to say. I need to maybe call him. I need to find out what's going on. See, it's not, I don't want to say, I don't know what it is. Till I don't find out, I'm not going to comment on anything. I'm surprised. Let me go and check out his tweets first.
But Suchitra Krishnamurthy, who once wanted to marry RGV, had a lot to say. She suggested that he should not talk about things that he has no knowledge of.
Knowing him, he's just having fun and he's trying to get a reaction. I think Ramu should refrain from religious quotes because while he's entitled to an opinion, they're very flagrant and they cause a lot of trouble. So, and his religious quotes don't make sense because I don't think he's understood mythology enough to comment on it. He's commenting on mythology, not religion. So, he should stay away from it.
RGV, we hope you're listening. We just really want you to celebrate life and get back to the good old days of Rangila, Satya and company. Let your films do the talking this time. So if you've had just about enough of RGV's tweets, follow us on Twitter at 9XC The Show and we'll make much more sense. Coming up, the censor board chief breaks his silence to 9XC.com.
अगर लोग अनहैप्पी है तो अपनी पब्लिसिटी के लिए अनहैप्पी है कि उनको सेंसर बोर्ड से सेंसर सर्टिफिकेशन से CBFC से जो है पब्लिसिटी मिले ताकि हमारी नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी करे और उनको पब्लिसिटी मिले.
You're watching 9XC.com The Show with me, Caitlin. So Alia Bhatt has been a little bit gloomy lately. No, it's got nothing to do with her being the butt of all those jokes. Everyone, including her, got over that a really long time ago. B-Town's little darling, who's been riding high on success, is heartbroken over her pet project Highway hitting the roadblock on Doordarshan. That too for reasons she thinks are highly debatable.
He also believes that whatever I'm saying happens. It happens to girls and kids and even boys sometimes who are young. Very small ages. So I feel like that is a reality.
A reality that feels more like a bitter pill, a pill that state-run Doordarshan may not be willing to swallow just yet. The Central Board of Film Certification recently deemed the Alia Bhatt Randeep Hooda starrer Highway unfit for telecast on DD. Let's not forget that the board had given the film a UA certificate during its release. The makers of Highway have already submitted a clean version of the film to the CBFC Revision Committee, minus all the expletives to obtain a U certificate. But the real issue is the film's theme, which touches upon child abuse. And since DD strictly caters to family audiences, child abuse is apparently a clear no-no. Alia, though, while talking exclusively to 9XC.com, raised a pertinent question. Can family audiences shy away from reality?
Even if you don't want your kid to feel like, okay, there's a world out there that exists, I feel sometimes, I don't know, I'm not a parent, but sometimes for them to be aware that there is a world out there that exists that way is also important.
Now that does seem like a point to ponder. In fact, since DD reaches out to more people in the country than any other private channel, particularly in rural India, Alia insists a film like Highway will help start a conversation.
A girl or a boy probably who's going through that when they're young may not understand what it is at that, be able to talk about it because they don't know what it is. But sometimes maybe educating them to that there is a wrong thing and it's not good for you. It's not good. It's not the right thing to do. You will talk about it. You should talk about it.
Well said, girl. Now, whether her film makes it to DD or not, should the censor board be considering snipping a few of its old world guidelines? That's one question we'd like the answer to. But Highway's bumpy Doordarshan ride isn't the only issue that has raised questions over the censor board's sense of judgment. Right from issuing a list of banned cuss words to running a sharp scissor through the recently released films like NH10 and Badlapur for its bold content, the new censor chief Pahlaj Nihalani has been in the center of a storm. But what really is the man's rationale? And is he cracking the whip or just going by the book? 9XC.com tracked down Nihalani at his office in suburban Mumbai, where the man with razor-sharp scissors finally broke his silence.
मैं बोलता हूँ कि जो पिक्चर लोग अगर सोचते हैं कि कंटेंट या कॉन्टेक्स्ट में गाली दी गई है, उस पिक्चर को जो रियलिस्टिक बेस पे जो बनाई जाती है तो उसका नज़रिया जो फिल्म में पैनल मेंबर्स होते हैं उनको समझ में आता है कि किस कंटेंट में बोली गई है, किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बोली गई है। अगर तकलीफ़ है तो वो मेरे बनाए हुए रूल्स नहीं है, मेरे बनाए हुए एक्ट नहीं है जो मैं फॉलो कर रहा हूँ। अगर किसी रूल या किसी एक्ट को, तो उनको भी वही चीज़ फॉलो करनी है। मुझे बरसों से पता है कि हाउ द बोर्ड इज़ फंक्शनिंग, तो ये आज मेरे लिए नई बात नहीं है। जो आज जो चिल्ला रहे हैं वो शायद उनके लिए नई बात होगी, उनके लिए बहुत ये होगा, पर मेरा प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस है। हमने एक भी फ्रेम उसका फिल्म में नहीं काटा। अगर मेरे को लगता है 15 सेकंड भी फिल्म को नहीं कटा, और जहां बदलापुर के अंदर बात है तो एक फ्रेम भी नहीं कटा। तो अगर किसी को ग्रीवेंसेस है कि अगर आप अप्लाई ना करें और सर्टिफिकेट आपको घर पे पोस्ट किया जाए, तो आई थिंक ऐसा ही होगा बाद में। या तो खुद सर्टिफाई करें, हम खाली रबर स्टैम्प मार दें। अगर लोग अनहैप्पी है तो अपनी पब्लिसिटी के लिए अनहैप्पी है कि उनको सेंसर बोर्ड से सेंसर सर्टिफिकेशन से CBFC से जो है पब्लिसिटी मिले, ताकि हमारी नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी करे और उनको पब्लिसिटी मिले। अपने पिक्चर बना के कंप्लीट करे यूनिट वालों को, फैमिली को, अपने माँ बाप को, अपने बहन को, अपने बच्चों को, अपने भाइयों को। फिल्म वो पहले अपने खुद देख के बनाएं। अगर वो उनकी वो उनको सर्टिफिकेट देते हैं तो उस इंटेंशन से आए हमारे पास। जितने भी प्रोड्यूसर, एक्टर्स, जितने भी मिनिस्टर से मिले, एक कर्टसी कॉल था। उस कर्टसी कॉल में जो भी उनके सुझाव थे उन्होंने डाला। उनकी मतलब जो ना अपनी बातें रखी कि एक रेटिंग सिस्टम होना चाहिए। जो भी मिनिस्टर से मिले, सिवाय 2 प्रोड्यूसर्स के जिनकी NH10 और दूसरे एक बदलापुर वाले प्रोड्यूसर जो है मिले, बाकी किसी की भी जितने भी एक्टर्स मिले या जो भी डायरेक्टर्स मिले या मेकर्स मिले, उनकी कोई पिक्चर सर्टिफाई करने के लिए हमारे पास अभी तक नहीं आई है। आई एम प्राउड ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर। वो 125 करोड़ की आबादी में एक मैं नागरिक हूँ, मैं उनका फ़ैन हूँ, वो मेरे आइडल है। जिस दिन मुझे लगा कि मैं काबिल नहीं हूँ, मैं अपने फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, अपनी कम्युनिटी, अपनी फैमिली को ठीक से नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ, मैं खुद रिज़ाइन कर दूँगा। ये मेरा वादा है आपके चैनल के साथ।
Coming up, Emraan Hashmi reveals truths about reinventing himself. This is 9xe.com, the show, and I'm Caitlin. So, Emraan Hashmi is all set for the release of his film, Mr. X, where he plays a man with the power to turn invisible. But in real life, there's no ignoring him. As we found out in our chat with him, Emraan might be down, but he's surely not out.
विक्रम had bounced his idea off me of एक righteous ATS officer है जिसके साथ ये एक बहुत बुरा हादसा होता है। उसके वजह से he almost loses his life and he comes back from the dead, from the ashes. He almost dies, he doesn't die. And he takes something because of which his cells stop reflecting light in the way they should be. I found this concept phenomenal. I really like the concept of the invisible man. People say that you've taken things from Hollow Man or you've taken things from Mr. India. I think जहाँ तक के concept का सवाल है, it's a completely new concept. Of course, there are only in the world there are only 5 or 6 archetype stories. This fits into your vendetta revenge story, but it's entirely different as far as the relationships go. The man-woman story goes. The invisible man story goes. It's completely new, completely different. You know, reinvention एक phase होता है, एक journey होता है. It doesn't happen with one film. Reinvention is probably a series of films or years that it takes to reinvent someone. क्योंकि मेरा एक तरह से एक image बन गया था. एक किस्म की फिल्में मैं कर रहा था शुरुआत में. I was doing a lot of films with eroticism and thrillers. And then I shocked the audience when I did a different kind of cinema. तो ये फिल्म में एक तरह से एक पूरा process था reinvention का. It's a blend of a lot of things. It's coming back home and feeling that, God, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Box office cannot be the only benchmark or the yardstick for a success of a film. Sometimes you have a film which is this very small, intimate film which you make for a certain section of the audience. It might not match up to the box office of my other films, but it gives me a lot of credibility and makes people realize that he can also do this and like me in that zone. We have seen in the past ऐसी फिल्में जो 100 crore कमाती हैं, which have been on marketing steam, but when the audience leaves the hall, they have nothing but bad things to say about the film. I'm definitely always running after money, but sometimes to earn more money, you have to let go of some money. कभी-कभी आपको in that garb of getting a lot of money, आपने 10 साल के करियर के उसके बाद जो आप probably 10 या 20 साल के करियर को आप ठोकर मार सकते हो, आप उस पे एक तरह से एक ही झटके में लात मार सकते हो क्योंकि आपने ग्रीड में ज़्यादा पैसा ले लिया है. Well, it's a great decision. I still hold by that. I'm still doing films outside. I will continue to do films outside. I will continue to do films in Vishesh films. Someone asked me, is it only about loyalties there? Can you say no? Yes, I can say no to a film script in Vishesh films. Because eventually, for our own survival, for the company's survival, we have to all be on the same page with the film script. This is something that is like this difficult and dangerous cross to bear for the past 10 years. But everyone is doing it right now. And it's lost, I feel, its buzzword because everyone is doing it. So, जो shock value था, 10 साल पहले, वो इतना shock value नहीं है अभी.
We meet again on 9XE.com, the show. So Sunny Leone's Ek Paheli Leela released and our 9XE.com film buffs went to check it out. There's what they had to say about the movie.
What's up? मेरा नाम है प्रबुद्धायमा.
And I am Nafisa Sharma.
और हमने देखी एक पहेली लीला.
It's a story about Leela and Shravan who are very much in love. बीच में आता है एक विलन, दोनों को मार देता है और उसके बाद उनका होता है पुनर्जन्म.
तो फिल्म में है सनी लियोनी and no matter what you say about that woman, she is drop dead gorgeous.
जय भानुशाली, प्लीज आप मेहरबानी करो और वापस जाके वो डांस रियलिटी शो ही होस्ट करो. I think that suits you the most.
राहुल देव, now उनसे ज्यादा एक्टिंग उनके 6 पैक्स ने की है और अगर आपने ट्रेलर देखा है तो आप जानेंगे कि उनके 6 पैक्स नहीं है.
और इनके अलावा इस मूवी में है रजनीश दुग्गल,
नो.
मोहित अलावत,
डबल नो. Nafisa, what was your favorite song in the film?
I love Dholi Taro and the only reason I like the song is because it has an old tune to it and Salman Khan was in that song. If you're going to watch the movie for Sunny, then it's Paisa Vasool. Otherwise, it is a 70 rupees Thursday morning watch.
It's not a great example of direction. It's definitely not a great example of acting performances. It is dubbed poorly. But me telling you all of this doesn't make a difference. You want to still go and watch it for Sunny Leone and you're going to do that. So on the hot slot now, because of an interesting plot twist in the end, I give Leela 1 thumbs up.
And I also give it 1 thumbs up. So Mr. Daima,
Miss Nafisa,
tell me 3 things you learned from the movie.
Number 1, 300 साल पहले जैसलमेर में, राजस्थान में लोग ढोली दारो गाते थे जो गुजराती फोक सॉन्ग है, but it's okay.
Number 2, if you are a Sunny Leone fan, then you must know that she loves eating fish and chips.
And number 3, even Sunny Leone follows the Indian trend of getting drunk and passing out on international flights. तो ये थी हमारी विशेष टिप्पणी फिल्म लीला पर.
Don't forget कि हम मूवी क्रिटिक्स नहीं है, हम मूवी बफ्स है.
जी हाँ, हम आपको मिलेंगे अगले हफ्ते. But before we leave, one fun fact about Nafisa. She is friends with Rahul Dev on Facebook.
You had to say that.
So that's what we thought about it. If you guys do catch the film, give us your take on it by writing into us at facebook.com/9xe and also tweet your review with #LeoneKiLeela at 9xe the show. From that review, we've got some behind the scenes footage of Tiger Shroff doing what he does best, shaking a leg like the pro that he is. 9xe.com went on the sets of Atif Aslam's song Zindagi Aa Raha Hoon Main featuring Tiger.
think this song is more for, you know, it's just a celebration of life, like I said. It's for the children, it's for the youth, it's to inspire them, not in a preachy manner, but to inspire them through entertainment, through talent, and just to have fun. I'm not a good dancer, I'm not very talented in dancing, but I'm very hardworking and disciplined. So, अगर अहमद सर मुझे एक स्टेप बताएंगे तो it takes a little time for me to capture it. पर वो स्टेप के पीछे मैं मतलब I work very hard after that step, you know, until I don't get perfection. मेरे हिसाब से I think any step, you know, if somebody is watching the video or film, if he pauses it, it should look like a poster. No matter what, where he pauses it, it should look good.
एक बहुत मेजर पॉइंट है कि एल्बम्स आना बंद हो गई थी. एल्बम रिवाइवल और सिंगल रिवाइवल्स जो है ना, उसके लिए ये गाना प्रॉब्ली बहुत ज़रूरी है. ऑल्सो आई थिंक कि उसका क्रेडिट जो है वो भूषण जी को जाता है, फॉर दैट मैटर, कि उन्होंने इतनी ज़्यादा बीच में इन्वेस्टमेंट डाली है सो दैट, यू नो, एल्बम रिवाइवल्स जो है दोबारा हो सके.
फॉर मी आतिफ्स वॉइस इज़ नॉट क्या सुर है क्या ताल है. He sings from the heart.
I have this opportunity to work with such 3 legends in the industry, you know, and so early on in my career. So yeah, I'm very thankful. Thank you.
So guys, that's all we've got in store for you in this episode. But before we go, we've got the results of our poll on Ranveer's Madame Tussauds look. A whopping 70% of you picked his sexy Ram Leela look. Hope you're listening, Madame Tussauds. You guys keep reading our site 9xc.com for more such fun stuff, and check out our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at 9xc the show, and also download our free app 9xc on your Android and iOS phones. I'm Caitlin, your new girl on the 9xc block, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye guys.